Hello, welcome back to the KMTRADERS channel. We are looking at pound USD, and we're going to be looking at what we previously analyzed last week for this week's obviously analysis. So let's go ahead and jump down into the previous video in terms of the analysis. So what we can see here is that we got a possible scenario. We made a scenario 1 and 2, and we had a little bit of scenario 2 occurring, and in the sense that, so this is scenario 2 where we get the push and then the retest on the key level, but we didn't really get that in a way. In this 4-hour bar here, we get the complete close down, so we could have made an entry from the break point of here, but we got in roughly around at this point and roughly made about 45 to 50 pips on that one. So scenario 1 didn't come into effect. However, we're currently on the rebound, so momentum's coming back up in terms of the buyers taking place. So we're getting back up to our key level in terms of this one touch, second touch. But because we've actually closed above the key level, I won't be anticipating any type of shorts. So I'll explain to you why. So let me just go ahead and delete all of this as such. But we didn't exactly get obviously the big move today in in this week in terms of pound USD, but it will be coming soon. So obviously we just have to wait for the market to come to us as opposed to us trying to get something from the market, right? So in terms of this week's analysis, all that I can see is through the 4 hourlies that we're beginning to converge into more of a buying condition now, and obviously we're starting to anticipate the overselling or oversold RSI. So we've got the divergence here, which is a key signal for a potential, price to come all the way back up to a certain degree. And because we've actually tested and closed above the key level, what I'll be looking for is something along the lines of this for this week, and then the push up to our next key level, if not to our previous zone, which would be here if we extend it accordingly. So this would possibly be a favorable key scenario for the first one. So roughly, I mean, from the key level, if we manage to get the perfect entry point, it will be roughly 130 odd pips from this point, key level at 1.2569 to 1.2704. So that would be our scenario 1. So let me just write that quickly. So that'd be 1. What we could also anticipate in terms of the move downwards, though, is if price was to come back up but fails to get that support from this key level, and we then again are able to come back down to retest this level here. So that would be a possible scenario as well. So if we put so this is if we're looking for shorts, and my TP would be roughly at the key level at 1.2488. So roughly 81 or 80 odd pips for that scenario. So what I will be looking throughout the week is if we can get that support on the key level, and that would signal for me to go long. However, if we do not find any confirmation that we're getting a type of support, then I'll be looking at scenario 2, and we'll be shorting this pair to 1.2488. So that'll be all for this video for the pound US dollar. Just to let you know, if you want to get in on this just one step further, I'll be on Twitter, and I'll be posting updates prior towards my analysis. So instead of coming week after week, you can see exactly on each day how each pair is getting along. So if that is of interest for you, just drop me a follow. Like I said, I'll be posting. I post my setups and the process thinking behind it. So obviously it's good for both beginners and learners at the same time. So hopefully I can share my success with everyone else. So that's the whole aim here. So if you want to be a part of that, just go ahead and follow my Twitter. But thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next week.